Hey there, AfterBuzzers. Episode 2 exploded with disruptive behavior, but all the couples were left feeling super emotional, and so were we. We've got you covered with the latest in news and gossip. Plus, you'll want to stick around for that special segment, Illegally Bound, and some major predictions. This is 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After. The show starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Okay, show me the money. Oh my gosh. What other way could we start the show?
No other way.
It's all about the money.
Man.
It is. Money is a theme that bleeds through every week.
Every single week with every single
one way
couple.
or another. Either way, we're happy to start the show, and we're so glad you're here. So welcome back to Season 3, Episode 2 of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. I am Keith Andre, of course.
Hi guys, Linda Antwi.
Hi guys, Alex Bowers.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas. I'm so happy to be back.
Yes! We missed all of that good. Okay. Turn up. We definitely missed that good energy last week. We had Zach, who was awesome.
He's so
but
funny. Hi,
so
Zach.
good. I told Zach, like, you got to be on standby.
Yes.
But we're so glad to have Stacey back.
Welcome.
You were missed.
Okay, so before we dive into everything, I mean, real quick, what did you guys think of episode 2?
It was great. It was a lot going on.
Always.
I was pleased
It was
for
a-
it to be
Yeah.
the second episode.
It was a movie for me, and actually, I got emotional during this,
Oh my
this
God.
episode. Like, I'm like, am I crying?
So
Me
emotional.
Because am I supposed
Yeah.
to be crying on reality TV shows?
Right?
I don't know.
They can affect you, especially with TLC. I mean, they always do a good job with the human, like...
Aspect.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. What about you, Stacey?
It was good. I think all the couples really brought it this week, and I mean, they're hooked because the last 90 Day Fiancé that we were doing, some of the couples were a little boring. These
Right.
couples have the drama and
It's always
They're
something
crazy.
going on.
always.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into our couple breakdown. So the first couple that we saw tonight was half a couple, Nicole and Azan. Now, this is episode 2, so we still haven't seen him in real life, and I feel like we got to learn a bit about their story.
But do you guys remember from 90 Day Fiancé before their Happily Ever After?
Yeah.
We were saying the same thing.
That's right.
We never saw Azan. Like, when are we going to meet Azan? When are we going to meet him? And here we are again still, Happily Ever After.
Waiting.
And in this episode, we hear that she hasn't seen him in 10 months.
10
Right.
months. How is that a relationship?
I thought that was so crazy. Were you guys shocked by that? Did you think that it had been like a shorter amount of time, or
I
were you
did.
expecting it? Me too.
Yeah.
And then how dare she say that they've been together for 2 years? 2 years? How many
Ma'am.
times have you seen him? Like 20 days out of
Right.
the 2 years?
Right.
I'm actually surprised she made it 10 months without cheating on him again, because,
Do we know that
Right,
she
do
actually
we know
made
that?
it to 10 months?
Because word on the street is.
well, I don't
Right.
want to give Nicole like too much, because she did have some emotional moments here.
Come on,
With-
Keith.
I feel like
had
we're
it
going.
coming.
Yeah, I feel like we're going back to last season.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, their story
the
is just like a back and
same
forth.
thing.
Like, what's the thing that beats?
Yeah,
know, it's like with the ball.
pendulum.
Yeah,
like a
pendulum.
But we all did call it. We
Yeah.
all said that we didn't see him ever coming to the States.
And
And
so
what happened?
that
Linda?
visa got declined.
He's not coming to the States.
Coming here. I just felt bad for her because we see how desperately she wants this. I felt that she had a lot of good moments with her mother, and that was touching to me because they have that relationship to where her mother, although she may not want this for her, but she knows like this isn't good. It's not okay that you have to go through this. Talk about all the money that's gone. I mean, I feel bad for her because she's left with nothing.
I think she's totally holding on to a fantasy.
Absolutely.
It's all in her head, and she's never even spent quality time with this person. And when she does, what is it, fighting half
Right.
the time? So I think
Exactly.
it's like a fantasy. She wants him. I don't know if it's a physical thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And
It
she
shouldn't be
must
too
in
physical because she
something.
ain't had it.
Well, I mean, like,
I think she just really wants a family. She really wants May to have a daddy.
Yes, she does.
she can find one in the States.
She really can, because all this money going out, and what does she work?
I don't know, and I don't know where she comes up with the money, but I really would appreciate it if she comes up with a new plan. I mean, now that we know that his visa was declined, you would think that that would be enough for her to put things into perspective. Honey, she's a fighter, and she's going to meet with the attorneys and figuring this thing
She
out.
has to clean her house, though.
She's
Let's
going
be
to
honest.
Morocco.
Do you remember her parents saying how she was like a bulldozer?
Yes,
Yes,
I
She
always
like
it
just
did.
keeps
It did.
going. It's like she's continuing to do that. What I do like seeing about Nicole's growth is that her mom is really stepping up. And before, her mom wasn't saying a lot,
Yeah.
but her mom
Yes.
is really being vocal. And I think she's being vocal because she knows that, hey, listen, you're spending a lot of money. When she said you have like narrow pockets, not
Yeah.
deep pockets,
Right.
you have a child. You have a child, and you're sending all this money to this guy that, you know, in her mind, she thinks he's a scammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she thinks he's a liar.
Yeah.
And she keeps having to say, he's not lying, he's not lying.
You
But
don't know.
I agree with the mom, though.
That
He has to be lying about something,
Okay.
especially with the interview process. We didn't hear much from him. When she did call him,
didn't.
it was vague details.
And he didn't
What
really
else
want to
happened?
even answer. So
He didn't.
It's still speculation, I think, there, but we'll touch back on them later
Okay.
for
And
sure.
his phone, can I just say something? His phone
Yeah.
calls always get dropped. Isn't that
Right.
always
It's so
Yeah.
sketchy. I mean,
But-
we've been doing this for 2 years and you
starts,
don't
like,
know
rubbing
where
the
to
phone.
stand in the house
Right.
Yeah.
to
But
get
Annie,
reception.
but Annie has
Right.
great reception, does she not?
right.
Bye.
Okay, well, enough of them. We'll go ahead and jump right into David and Annie.
Oh,
Yes.
my
Okay.
I mean, one of our favorite couples for sure.
Can we just start with what Annie was saying to her mom about Ashley? All the disrespect. It's not really disrespectful, but it was just, okay, she's 2 cents short of $1. She was pregnant at 16. She breeds like a rabbit.
She had, like,
has
3
three
husbands,
different
baby
baby
daddies,
daddies, and
yeah.
she's weird and moody.
She's been married.
But all of that is
Okay,
I
facts.
think that's we're a little disrespectful though.
Not, I don't think based on the nature of their relationship, right?
I
Like
agree with
Ashley
you.
met Annie with contention, and like she doesn't
For a
like her.
reason.
So after all this time, I expect Annie to finally release that to somebody because she's been in America, she's got David, she's got these feelings that are left unanswered or they go nowhere. So I was really pleased again to see that moment of like human quality where you have your mother and y'all have this conversation and she's emotional and she's crying. So I don't care. I didn't mind her bashing Ashley because Ashley don't like her.
And
I think
Ashley
it's
has made
funny,
it
but-
clear that she doesn't like her and has
Yeah.
not welcomed her one bit. Even at her own wedding, Ashley was being disrespectful to Annie.
I agree with that, but I just didn't see Annie as the type of person to. I was laughing the whole time when she was actually going in on Ashley, but I didn't see Annie as the type to actually like talk
But
down
you know
on
what?
people.
Yeah, I don't think
so
she
it was
has-
funny
yeah.
shade.
Because
But
I
it was
didn't
just
read it
like-
as, it didn't read to me as her like going in and like talking, like being super shady. I really felt that she was just coming based off of her experience and letting her mama know all the tea.
And
Yeah.
you think the way it's translated kind of has something to do
I was
with
gonna
how
say
we
that too.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like really straightforward. I'm like, she breathes like a rabbit.
It may not.
Like,
Like
maybe
cultural
she-
difference.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
think we also see a different side of Annie in this one, and I'm with you, Alex, on this because when she doesn't want his son to come and stay with them
Oh,
too.
gosh.
So maybe Annie is not that nice first off the jump with these kids. Like maybe
And
she's
Yeah, and I think that that's okay. Like, because she had mentioned in this episode as well that he never even asked her about it. And I'm just like, you have your grown son, not grown, but you know, grown enough son coming to live here. We don't have any money. At first, when they introduced it, I was like, oh, he's coming to visit. But then he was like, he was moving in. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Right.
we just got married. We don't have money. You still, y'all. He owes her family $15,000. Like,
and still the gold. So the gold and the $15,000.
yeah.
The gold in which he's pawning away.
he'll never
month by
pay
month.
that. Let's
He
be honest.
agreed.
Oh, listen, he's freaking out of paying $1,000
For
Well,
rent.
200 is
rent.
coming from his son now.
Right?
Which
So-
is a ploy. At first, I was thinking, well, when did David cultivate this relationship with his son, and what is David's motivation? Because we know he's always got a motive for
Dinero,
the things that he does.
dinero.
Right, and so you're gonna say your
that is
son
so
can move in,
sad.
but it's a ploy to get help with the rent.
But where's the other $800 going to come from?
Who knows? And
Let me know.
I'm trying to figure out why none of these men can get jobs.
Right.
They're couponers.
I mean,
Right. I have a theory though, so when we get into predictions, maybe we can talk about. I have a theory where he's getting his money from.
Okay. So we'll leave that there. Put a pin in them, and we'll move on to Chantel and Pedro. So we saw a lot of them this episode too, dealing with that family dynamic. I mean, what did you guys take note of?
Go ahead.
I don't really like Pedro just because I'm getting to know this couple. I don't really like how, he's not even trying to make it an okay situation and really get along with the family at all. When he was on the camping trip with them, he said something like, I came here for Chantel. I love my wife. I can't talk. I love my wife, not us. Like I didn't come here for us when he was talking to the dad. And I felt like it was really disrespectful. Like they invited you, you're going to go.
Yeah.
You need to build a relationship with these people. They are in your life. I don't know for how long, but for some time.
Yeah.
I'm not a super fan of Pedro either, but her family sucks. They're really rude to him. Even in he's a grown man. If he wants to listen to his headphones in the car, he can listen to the headphones. You're not going to tell him to move up front, take the headphones.
It's just
hear me out.
because
Just hear me out.
Okay,
Just hear me out.
fair enough.
And then when they're saying like, "Oh yeah, you're invited," but then you're like, "Oh, but you're the rotten apple." So it's like, we love you, but we hate you. We love you, but we hate you.
But
We
let's abuse you.
We want to include you, but you suck.
Well, I
You
think they're
can't have it
trying
both
to.
ways.
That is true, but they're trying to. For me, I was trying to distinguish if this was a real olive branch they were, extending to him. Because in a lot of ways, I feel that they are going to always be against Pedro just because of their experience and what they think of him. So I was trying to determine, is this a true olive branch? But even still, I feel that if he was going to go, then he should have been open to going. Yeah. I mean, it almost would have been best if he didn't want to go and he should have just not come than to go with a bad attitude. I mean, they were speaking to him repeatedly, trying to get him in the van, and you're not acknowledging them. You can listen to your headphones, but you can also say, oh, I don't want to play.
Right.
Something. He just was
hold
so
it in a little bit.
As he was
Fake
coming
it.
down the stairs, they were, hey, Pedro, he acted like he didn't hear them. And then when he got to the house and he said he wanted to be downstairs, have his personal space, it's rude.
It is rude
It's
because you're
rude,
going on a
Linda.
family trip. And I think that Chantel has a lot to do with that as well. She didn't have to tell them that he didn't want to go right before we go.
Yeah. True.
And then also he kept trying to tell her how much he didn't want to go. And she was so pushy. I was like, oh, she's a little pushy too. Nope, you're going. We're going on this vacation.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
don't know.
That was an awkward trip, though.
It was, of course.
I don't think his
hard
family.
to
I'm sticking to
watch.
that. I'm sorry. I don't think her family's very kind to him. I think that he is not the easiest to like, but they're making it more difficult.
Absolutely, they've made
Her
a
family's
decision.
The same. So I think
Her
both of the
family's the same
families,
as
they
well,
don't like each other.
at all.
So,
Yeah, and this is a relationship that's going to come down to that test of where do you prioritize your family and your marriage and all of that.
And we know that
Yeah.
for Pedro.
Yep. So
Do
I have
we
a
agree on
question.
that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
All agree?
Pedro,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. Look at God.
It's gotta be. It can't be the in-laws and the others. It has to be the relationship.
Absolutely.
itself.
That's fair enough. All right. So before we move on, the next couple is going to be Jorge and Anfisa, but they need so much work and a lot of help. And that's just a conversation that they need to have. When I was watching, I was like, hey, we've never thought about the idea of premarital counseling for any of these couples. But before we move to them, I do want to talk about maybe somebody they can listen to and get
All
some
these
advice
couples
from.
can listen to. They need some advice, some life advice. Well, if you guys want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, for those who do, we have the podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AFTERBUZZ TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. You guys can listen to this every Friday. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes to subscribe Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Who else is better than this to get life
can't
advice
beat it.
from?
Can't beat
She's
it.
so
Nope.
successful. She has it all together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number one.
All these couples need to take note.
They need
Yeah.
to take note, and Maria needs to come on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I keep
Yeah.
saying
we should
that.
get
I'm
her
gonna
on
say it.
here.
I'm gonna say it until it happens.
Yeah.
But going right back into Jorge and Anfisa, I felt, I don't know, I'm still torn. The idea of loneliness being the catalyst in you rectifying a relationship that troubles me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, dude. I did learn tonight that I like Anfisa. I have respect for her and the way that she has her viewpoints, and this is what it is. So more power to her. What's up, Linda?
I'm just saying. I've been saying that.
Yeah.
I've been saying that. So yes, I agree.
You
with
have
you.
been saying that. I kind of
Yes,
get it now.
because
Like she did tell him from jump what she expected, and she's so stern.
And she's consistent.
Yeah, she is.
And when
She's
he
super
says,
consistent.
she's mean to me," no, that's her personality. She's very direct. She's very consistent. She doesn't like BS around. She's like, yes, no.
What do you want?
What do you want?
My
this
eyes
is what
are
I
up
want.
here.
Yeah, stop
all
looking
of
at
it.
boobs.
Yeah,
Right.
like I gotta tell you, like she's been direct from the get go.
Okay,
And she's
Yeah.
only
You're
22, right? Like 22.
Yes,
She's
yes.
young.
She is super young. She's
Yep.
got her eyes on the prize, and she knows what she wants. So
And
good
I-
or bad, I'm fine with that.
And I think with this couple, she's kind of looking for like someone to take care of her financially, and he's looking for a trophy.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm okay with what she wants and her expectation. I love the fact that she's so questioning of his behavior. Even you want to meet up? No, I'm like, let's get rid of the back and forth with these two. Stand your ground. And I always say, if you break up with somebody, ain't no need in going back.
There's a
Do
reason.
not go make that same mistake twice.
Guys, when you were watching and he called her and like just the way TLC set it up, like he's in a laundromat, his phone's all busted,
Right.
And he's supposed to be like this millionaire, right? Because that's how he caught her, saving
Right.
in all this money in these businesses. I just thought, oh my god, wow, that is.
It made
so
him look like pretty sad, depressed.
really,
It did.
yeah, really ridiculous.
And then she shows up in her car,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh yeah, I have a car now. I have my license. I have an apartment."
Yeah,
I mean,
and he's
where's she
like,
getting the
"You
money?"
do? You do?
She's in a position to live the good life. We know that she
How?
got her green card, so
I
she
have
can
some-
do whatever she wants.
I have some information. We'll get to
Okay,
that.
Perfect.
thank you.
excited.
'Cause
So
I need
we'll come
clarification.
back to that, but the last thing I want to end up with them, and specifically Anfisa, we got to see in her like interview with the producers the questioning of the webcam. And I'm like, she's lying about this because she's like,
Yes.
they're like, do you want to say anything about it?
About what?
Right.
Right.
Girl, you know exactly what we're talking
About
about.
what?
Cut the crap.
Yes.
So I'm
No.
excited to get to news and gossip so that we can hear that. But before we do, just two more couples to go. My favorite couple of the night, Russ and Paola. I love them so much. I am rooting for them. They really showcase like what it means to be newlyweds and how to kind of try to navigate a relationship and put your feelings out there. So we got to see them go over to Colombia and just the interaction with the family. I was so touched by them.
Yeah, you can tell that he really, truly loves her.
Yeah.
Like he'll get upset over like a few little things that
Yeah.
we don't think he should be, but other than that, like he's willing to travel, meet your grandmother before she dies.
Yeah.
And he gets really emotional and choked up himself, and we don't see anybody that real on this show, I feel like,
And I love
until
the
tonight's
effort.
episode.
Yeah, and I love the effort that he's put in with the language.
Yes.
And
Yes.
communicating with the grandma and really trying to know her history as well.
Yeah.
And even just jumping off of what you're saying, where, yeah, he gets upset about little things, it's because she is not as forthcoming and he's trying to be communicative with her.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, dude, if I had my man jump on the back of the motorcycle of his ex-girlfriend and I not know, and then I'm on the back of some
Problems.
random, yeah,
Right.
it'd be an issue.
Like, girl,
Yeah.
what are
Like
you
he
doing?
took it like a champ, but yeah, like give me the 411 so I know what I'm getting into.
Right.
Yeah,
know?
I agree. And it could be, that very well could be a case of like a cultural difference as well. But you do need to be upfront. If I'm asking you, and then she kept saying, like, I swear I
forgot.
didn't. Girl,
Girl,
She
you
did
did
not
not
forget.
forget.
you
who
knew
never
the
forget
whole
who you
time.
date.
She's
I
like, do you
forgot
want
we
to?
dated.
She's like, do you want to ride? Okay, I'm out of here.
Right.
Of course, I'm
See you,
getting
my
on.
love. Like, oh my
So it was good to see, like, for them, that was really the only friction point, you know what I mean, of the night. And like you said, it comes down to just the communication ties is the only place that they really have true friction.
But I understand kind of why she didn't say anything. It was a long time ago that she dated the guy. It probably wasn't anything serious. She said they became friends after that. Maybe it was just, I mean,
No.
the fact that she hopped on the back of the bike,
No.
maybe if you introduced them,
No.
Nah,
you
Alex,
don't
you're
know.
wrong. You're
Just,
wrong.
I mean, I feel like that's the reason why you should say something.
Exactly.
It's so many years
If
ago,
it's
we're
not that
good
deep.
friends.
Really?
Everybody
Okay, yeah.
knows.
Wouldn't
I
you want to
wouldn't say
know?
anything.
Wouldn't you two want to know though? Like,
Oh,
as-
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I wanna know.
If you're not,
Listen, you can have me go somewhere and then after fact tell me that it's an ex of yours. Oh,
yeah,
no,
you're
no,
right.
no,
That's
no.
foul. That's
It's
foul.
foul.
You need to be straight
Like,
up.
I see if the roles were switched,
It's
I
the
would
same.
be, but okay.
No, I don't have a
You
problem. Like I've had
She needed a
experience.
hand.
I've had experience where you learn something, but you have to be that open because you're all human beings. We've all have done stuff. So you'd be a fool to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be angry because you used to go out with him 12 years ago." No, just kindly let me know. Hey, this is an ex. We became friends, and let's
it's
ride these
over a
motorcycles.
decade
But maybe you see
Yes.
how he takes things though.
I'm not going back and
agree
forth
that
with
he's
y'all.
sensitive.
Moving.
No, I'm gonna say this: if it's nothing, say something,
True.
and we can all move on.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
agree.
when you hide it and you don't say anything, then I think something's going
Because
on.
I feel that he
I
did a
agree, I
great
agree.
job of saying, like, I'm not affected by this,
Yeah.
but for future reference, let me know from jump.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Moving on to probably in the category of least favorite couple, last, not least, or least, we've got Molly and Luis. So, I mean, I don't know where we go from here with them. We've got so many signs and indications that this is the end. I mean, we start off seeing him as a house husband, which he clearly has a problem with. He doesn't appreciate it. And then on the Molly side, I just kept thinking, well, we finally get to see how much she is impacted by her children, in particular, Olivia. Olivia is truly the reason why their relationship is not going to work. And I don't think that's a bad thing here, but the way that she feels about it is what's the conflict, because Molly she wants her daughter more than anything.
Right. And this is what we've been waiting for with Molly. We've been waiting for her to like show that she cares for her daughter. Well, we know she loves her daughters, but like show that she puts their feelings first before Luis. And we finally get that tonight, and it's just good to see her and Olivia. I mean, minus the whole issue with them crying and Olivia feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
She got the information she needed, and right after that in the interview, she said, it's done.
What else can I do?
That's what we need. We've been
So
waiting for her to
it's
say that.
Done.
We're
It's
left
done.
with that.
I mean, we did report last week that they are filed for divorce. So it's happening. I mean, this season is going to, roll that back so that we can see how it unfolds and see what we think will happen between the two. But where she stands is done. And I'm a firm believer that it has all to do with Olivia.
And I wrote something down when I was watching this couple and when it first came on and we saw them reintroduced this episode. When her brother Jess came over and he was saying how like there's all this drama, but Jess was a good brother-in-law. Did you guys catch that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he used the past tense.
Okay.
So,
Tell
the
us how you really feel.
right. The Freudian slips, all of that, and him saying it was too much responsibility. Again, I caught that it was. So I think he is on his way out.
For sure.
And I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to figure. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that he hears to a certain extent. There was a moment where we saw communication between he and Molly where I thought was grown up. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about in terms of like family and Olivia, how she's got to learn things. And so they always have these little moments where you feel like, oh, this is a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like this is important. But overall, it's just not going to work.
And he said that he was too young. Like he felt like he was too young. And I had sympathy for Luis this episode.
sure.
Yeah.
He was being honest.
Yeah,
It
and
was no more like putting up a front and saying, I just don't like your kids or anything like that. He was just being honest. I'm too young
For
and I
this
just can't do
role.
it. Yeah. So as long as you're upfront about it, I mean, it can be solved. I mean, they're going to go their separate ways, we know, but at least he's honest.
Honest in his
Finally.
approach. And we'll
Yeah.
see where it
I
goes.
can't imagine them not being together though.
I know.
I don't know.
There's always
I feel
some
like
kind of
there's some
tie.
Yeah.
Well,
sort of
we'll see.
connection
We'll
still.
see for sure. Let's move on to a little segment I like to call What You Think, I guess. We'll use our handy dandy fans. This is going to be rapid fire, spitfire questions. So not a whole lot of excuse, not a
Okay.
whole lot of but we will, take our polls and then we can kind of determine.
Okay.
So if you're listening
gets
on the
what?
podcast, we have yes, no signs, and then we have our maybe faces.
Yes. All right. So jumping in, we'll start with Nicole and Azan. Should Nicole and Azan try again?
No.
No's all across the board. Okay. Is Azan scamming Nicole?
Hell yes.
I say maybe because I want to hold out for him. Everybody else says yes.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to Annie and David. Would you let Jacob move in?
Yes.
Okay, everybody says yes. I say no. We're too young in our relationship to have another factor. And another person changes things.
That's your son, dude, and you've been off for 4 years not being a dad.
Exactly.
So you know what?
He's
Open up
trying.
your door
But
because you owe your son.
And
That's
Annie,
my
you need to
point.
give something.
Nope, that's my point. You haven't been a dad for 4 years, and all of a sudden you want to bring your son here where we have all these issues, and we have only been married a few months.
He's trying.
No.
It's not about him. It's about the son at the end
Well,
of the day.
that's what I said, and it ain't
Sticking to it.
Okay, moving on. So you go give a yes or no, and then I guess I do want to hear some responses. Does your marriage come before your family?
Wait, define like your.
Your extended
Does
family.
your
Your
husband
extended
come
family.
before your family, your immediate family?
That's gonna be hard for me.
I hate to say I'm holding up maybe, but I know honestly deep down it is a yes. I think when you make the decision to marry a partner, then you have to decide that your life with this person is going to come first. This is your family, and then everything else will come behind.
And that's your immediate family. Like, that's what you're growing. And
Yeah.
if you have
Yeah.
children and all of that, then that becomes your nuclear.
And that's like scary and sad at the same time because I'm so close to my family.
I
You
know,
guys
I'm
are
the
too.
same way.
It's like, hold on, now
I'm super close, but I can honestly, yeah.
Don't be thinking I won't be sneaking in the back like, hey, Mom, I'll call you back in 5 minutes.
Right.
Right.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't get to that. I mean, I can definitely speak from my experience. I am in a place where, as close as I am in my family, I can see myself putting a person just a shift
bit.
above the pedestal.
It's gonna be hard for me.
Yeah.
Hard indeed. Okay, so a couple more first questions. Chantel and Pedro, will she ever go to nursing school?
I think so.
So me and Angle say no. Stacey gives it a yes. Linda says
maybe.
maybe. I said no because they ain't gonna be able to save enough money for her to go the way
Yeah.
he's sending it back to the Dominican.
And I have a little to talk about that with the gossip.
Maybe her
Okay.
parents will help
so
her out though.
Okay, so you think
I
she's
think so.
driven enough to do it? Why maybe, Linda?
I think that if she gets too engulfed in the drama of her relationship, that she's not going to focus on going to school
Agreed.
and being a
That's a
nurse.
good point.
And I feel like she gets it. They both get it from both sides. Like, none of their families are positive influences for pushing them forward.
Absolutely.
Too much drama.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along. So this is based off of Jorge and Anfisa's. Does he really regret his behavior? They're trying to paint this picture that he regrets it, but does he truly regret it?
No.
No, 4 no's. I agree. I think he's trying to save space and he's just trying to get back with her.
Yeah.
And dude, he's lonely and he's not that cute. I'm sorry.
And I think he
So
wants her
he's like, I
physically.
scored this chick. I gotta get her
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's like the physical attraction versus like
Yeah.
the
He just
emotional
wants her
connection.
and
Yeah.
he's lonely.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last question I have goes to Molly and Luis. Does he want to be a stepdad?
No, he said that from the get-go.
Okay, so 4 no's again. So
Can I
we-
just say that, remember, they met at a cabana in the Dominican
Yeah, right.
Republic? He
Yeah.
thought he was coming over here to be a kept man and continue partying
did.
with Molly.
Right.
And full stop.
Okay.
Now he's stuck in a 2-story
not how
house.
it works.
Bored.
Great.
Doing dishes.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's such an experience. Like I said, every week there's always these questions that come up. So we'll always be able to play like, what do you think? Like, let's just spit it out and not like go back and forth. What is your instant reaction? The couples are always doing something on the show, and I'm glad because it leaves us with a jam-packed news and gossip segment. Okay. There's always so much dirt, so we'll go ahead and get started. Linda.
Who we starting with?
We're going to go ahead and get a report on David and Amy.
All right, let's start with David and Annie, news and gossip. These fools.
Right.
All right, so in this picture I found on David's Instagram, he is saying how much he loves her even more than 5 days a week, referencing how they normally have sex 5 days a week, but because the son has moved in,
we went to touch on
she's
that.
going down to only 2
She
days.
said she wouldn't have sex while she
only
was
2
there.
days
Yeah.
a week. Yeah.
And then,
So,
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
just
No,
thought
go ahead.
something. No,
Go.
just
Do
stop.
it.
No, I just
But
thought
the way
what
Andy
she was
kept
saying,
playing him like your butt,
butt.
I'm like,
I
stop.
can't. It's like a visual. Oh God. No.
Yeah,
It
they're
was a
doing
lot.
the most.
was a
They're
lot.
doing the most.
Ew.
In this next one, she is basically saying, this is Annie's Instagram, are we happily ever after? Maybe, maybe not. And, you know, word on the street is, even though she's putting up a happy face, that she actually is really unhappy in her relationship right now. She's unhappy because she literally is stuck in the apartment all the
Right,
time.
right.
And she feels like she's more than that. And we talked about it last week, how she's like, I'm a singer and I'm an actor. And she really does want to get out there and work. But being in Kentucky for 6 months with no green card,
Right.
either he didn't send the information in
I said
or
that.
not, because
Yeah.
it shouldn't
thought
take
that.
it shouldn't take that long for her to at least have a temporary green card, which we'll get into when we get into that segment.
Yeah.
And then that last photo, what I thought was funny about this is she's talking about lies and truths and why she lies or why people lie. And she says it's because most people can't handle the truth. So I'm curious to know what she's referring to there.
Nice.
Well, mysterious.
Always
Annie.
mysterious,
Yes.
right? I
Yes.
do want to know. Oh, so we'll go ahead. Next up is my couple. I had Russ and you had this one too.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So one little thing I wanted to post up there is this is David on his Instagram. And you guys know that, like, I'm Canadian, so I don't know for sure. But what I do know is that when you're voting, you're not supposed to take a picture of your ballot and who you voted for and post
Right.
it. Just saying. But this fool has ticked it off, put it on his Instagram, and called it a day. Because remember I was telling you that there was that election back in Kentucky, and that's what they were voting for. So apparently he's gone ahead and posted it
He's a
online.
hot mess.
Okay, David.
Hot mess.
Yeah, I got more on David, but
Like,
Yeah.
He's just
Hot
not the
mess.
sharpest tool in the
He's
shed.
not. Moving right into a more positive couple, Russ and Paola, who I really do. I think they are role models. I really appreciate them. We talked a little bit last week about Annie, like the rumor mill reporting that maybe she was pregnant, and you guys know I'm gunning for somebody to have
Yeah.
a baby.
Right.
So there was some speculation, and you guys can answer doing predictions because the way the episode left us is her mom, when they were talking about the issue. And so everybody on the street is trying to figure out, well, maybe she's pregnant. Is she pregnant? She could be. Chances are she's not. I mean, looking at her IG, which is grade A,
Yeah.
like high quality contact. She's an Insta model. She's getting into, fitness. And so she has her own brand, Super Pow Fit. I wanted to make mention of that for her because that's what she wants to do, and she's doing her thing. So I do want to know, when we get to predictions, I'll ask again, do you think that she's pregnant or not? And then she had a post from the other day. I don't know how much weight it has to do with their relationship, but she titled it like #Tuesday's Thoughts. And it just says, sometimes jealousy isn't because of what you have materialistically. People envy how others love you, show love to you, and have love for you. People envy the way you've handled a situation that they would have probably died over. What they thought would have broken you didn't. They can't stand to see you hold your head up high. Some people envy your intelligence and how you can make things happen. They envy because something that they couldn't get past. You passed with flying colors. So she's
Okay, girl.
handling her social media. She
Yeah.
showed from the onset that she came to America with the game plan. She wants to get into these industries. She's an IG model. She giving y'all food for thought. And I wish it was able to see like her videos
Yeah.
Hey, can I
of
just-
her fitness, because
Can
she's
I just
super
say a little
cute.
something? Notice that she has the verified up on there, which is
Hey
not easy
now.
to get in
You
her.
made it.
Okay, just saying.
Okay.
Go ahead, Paula.
She's my favorite.
So we'll go from them right into another negative couple. Or we don't even know, are they a couple? Give us the report.
Well, the question is he a drug dealer?
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Baby.
No.
Well, okay, so
I'm reserving my answer.
Okay. So if you see the preview of next week's episode,
Yes.
Nicole's talking to her attorney, and she says, after Azan was refused
Yes.
his K-1 visa, not denied, the attorney says, so she asked Nicole, so have you seen something like this before? And then the attorney, or Nicole asked that to the attorney, and then the attorney says, no, he's got ties to drug dealer traffickers.
Right.
And that leads into the next episode, which I haven't seen. But TLC actually allowed the audience to watch
Early release.
early release, which is an hour of the episode. I don't know if it was the full episode, but an hour of it.
Yeah.
On the app, on the TLC Go app, and they said that it wasn't the case. Possibly wasn't, because Linda, if you can go a little bit off of this, in that list of things that could possibly be a reason why he got denied would be maybe drug trafficking, maybe fraud, maybe I don't know what the other one.
But
We'll
he
talk
does
about it.
have ties.
There's like some other
Yeah,
things,
we'll talk
maybe
about
the
it.
not insufficient amount of information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they said it specifically is not the reason, but how TLC makes it seem is it is the reason.
Of course.
So of course they tease us with that for the next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
But That isn't particularly the
It'll
reason
definitely
of
be
what
interesting
happened
to
between
see.
them.
I did want to ask because there are a few cute pictures we can roll through. I mean, look at them with the peace sign, the kissy faces. I'm like, when were these pictures taken? Because they haven't been together.
These are on her
nothing?
Instagram.
Like recent?
Yeah, no.
He looks
these
kind
weren't
of
that
happy.
recent.
But
They
these
look
are
so
super
cute.
old. These are from like when
I
they first
know.
met. She went over to Morocco.
Okay,
Some
look
of these
at
aren't.
him.
This is from the show, but
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll have a question. I guess we can talk about that prediction as well when we get there.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
okay. So in the next coming episode, spoiler alert.
Wait,
Fine.
wait, what?
Why?
It's not a prediction.
Okay.
It's not a prediction.
Spill.
Okay, if you don't want to listen to that, you don't have to cover your ears. Spoiler alert. So Nicole goes and the attorney tells Nicole, you can apply for something different. I think it's called the
Yeah, K3 visa.
K3 spousal visa.
Yes.
And the best thing to do is go over there, marry Azan,
And bring
And
him back
bring him
with
back.
as a husband. Mhm.
And so she goes and
the
presents
workaround.
this to Azan. He hesitates, has a huge long pause.
No
of course.
surprise.
No surprise. And agrees. So that's why she's going wedding shopping.
We
Wedding
shall
dress
see.
shopping.
Next week is going to be a good episode. I'm really looking forward to episode 3. But rolling through next couple on the list, of course.
Yes, Chantel and Pedro. Now, this is Chantel. This is the Instagram of Chantel's brother, River. Now, at the moment, he has 0 pics with his sister, but fans were saying that he used to actually have pictures with her. And I just think if that's the case and the pictures are gone now, he took them down, then it's pretty sad that you let your sister's husband, even though he's part of your family now, come in between that relationship. And that goes back into what we were saying earlier, is your husband come over your family, whatever you guys'
Okay.
thoughts are. But if you go to the next pic, River doesn't blatantly throw shade, but he does agree with one of the fans. The fan wrote on one of his pics, "You seem like such a good person. No wonder Pedro couldn't seem to understand that when the show was filmed." And he just simply replied, "Thank you," with a smiley face. I wonder where that relationship is now. That was about 8 weeks ago when it was filming, but I still haven't seen any pictures of all of them together and with the family. Now you can go to the next picture. So word in these TLC streets is that Chantel and Pedro are faking their financial issues. So as we know, besides family issues being the problem with this couple, another issue is money, close second. But the couple recently posted a picture in a jacuzzi on a cruise. I don't know where they were going, but with what money?
Right.
Is the number one question I have for that. And then another accusation being thrown at Chantel is that she got a nose job. I didn't find any clear pictures of her nose to compare, but you guys can look for yourself for the next episode.
She is so pretty already.
They're saying that her nose looks different in recent pictures than it did in the show
On the
episode.
show.
So
New money, new
another
looks.
question. With what money?
We don't know.
We don't
We'll
know.
see.
But yeah, that's what I got. For
Okay,
y'all.
great. So that's good for Chantel and Pedro. I think the next couple was Anfisa and George.
Yeah.
Do you want to get to them or do you want to save that for next week?
It's up to you.
We might have more next week.
Yeah, go ahead and we can move forward to the next picture or the last picture should go.
See, I
there's
mean,
tea.
okay, so
Okay, real
I need
quick.
to say this because it happened on this episode. So the producers asked Anfisa directly, "Do you want to talk about the webcam videos?" And she's like, "What webcam videos?" And then we also have George say that she's never done that, she's never been in this thing. And I found it online. I found her webcam. I had to kind of crop it so that we didn't see exactly what site it's on. But if you're familiar with anything, you know what site this is. And underneath, George's friend actually posted that if you guys had any doubt, it's real. It's real.
Oh my
It's
god!
real.
And
I'm
this is not the only
disappointed.
one. Apparently, there are multiple.
Of course, she's
And
making that money.
the word on the street is that, you know how he said that in the beginning, if you guys remember, they met on Facebook? They actually met on her webcam.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And that's how the relationship started.
You wanted the
Who's trying
dirt,
to
you
save
getting the
her?
dirt.
From her life.
Oh,
My goodness.
good. Well,
Yes.
lots of tea, lots of news,
Oh, but
lots
can I
of
just
gossip.
say one more thing? Because
That
this was
blows my
really,
mind.
really
That's too
important.
Okay.
The one thing I wanted to say, if we could go back to the one that we skipped, because everyone wants to know, like, what was her job and what does she do? So We know that they're saying that these two are separated and he's lonely and all of this, but according to Instagram and according to other Hollywood sources, they're actually back together. They've both signed with DWE Talent Management, which is the same company that represents many other reality stars like Love and Hip Hop's Princess Love, Ray J, Scott Disick. So they are back together, and we're going to see a lot more of them apparently.
Okay.
They're gonna have a spin-off or something.
That's all they said.
Who knows?
We're going to see a lot more of
she's
them.
she's making her money from the webcam.
Yeah.
Videos. Okay.
That's the
like
only
it.
way.
Let's go ahead and move forward because I don't know how much time is left, but we still have so much to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into the illegally bound. So
real quick, we're just building off of what we talked about. So the K1 visa, you want to get your green card. If all goes well, you'll get your green card for 2 years. It's probationary. You can't do anything illegal. You can't get into any trouble, or they can revoke it at any time. But what I think is interesting is that there are a bunch of conditions in order to get that green card. You can be refused for health reasons, wrong documentation, or no documentation, for physical or mental disorders, or a history of behavioral associated with the disorder, for drug abuse, being an addict, and or a criminal background. So if we want to talk about Azan real quick, him being denied versus refused, he wasn't just denied, meaning he can reapply. He was refused. And you're refused mostly because you have either a criminal background.
Right.
And if you have a criminal background, basically they will not allow you to come to the country.
Right.
Canada's very similar. You want to go and visit, and you have even if you have a DUI, no, we don't want you.
Yeah, they don't.
So it's very similar. Really? So we'll talk more about this next week. But there are a lot of stipulations. You think the K1 was hard? We went through that for a whole season. Getting your green card is
It's a
hard.
big deal. I mean, there's a lot surrounding that process.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that shows exactly why probably in next week's episode, we'll get to see Nicole fighting for a workaround.
Yep.
And speaking of next week's episode, let's get into predictions.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
It's so hot. It's so much. It's so good. I mean, the show, TLC never disappoints when it comes to 90 Day
Not at all.
Fiancé and like this chain. So Happily Ever After, we're going into episode 3 next week. We know a few kind of themes, topics that are going on, but what are your guys' thoughts? What are you predicting?
I think Nicole's going to move to Morocco. I don't think she's giving up.
Agreed.
She's going to find a way to bulldoze her way in and be with Azan.
I agree with you.
No matter if he likes it or not.
I think Annie might speak out towards
Jacob?
David,
Oh, David.
because her mom did say something to her about asking about the dowry money. Maybe we'll actually see her confront him.
That'd be interesting.
I think Paula and Russ.
Yes.
I don't think that she's pregnant.
No, we
I
would
think
see
that there
some
actually is
evidence by
going to
now.
be some infertility issues.
Oh, wow.
And because in that culture, family is so important, I think that that's going to be a source of contention within the family.
And I think it's interesting. I guess want to ask maybe because they kept saying they blame, the family blames him for something. I'm like, what can you blame him for? I
For
feel like
taking
he's
her
done
away.
everything.
Yeah, and she
She
married
was-
out
She
somebody.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
kept saying she disappeared
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I feel that that's more her than him.
It is
For sure.
is.
So it's just like
Yeah.
painting an inaccurate picture. For me, prediction wise, I do think Nicole is gonna find a way to Morocco.
She is.
She don't care if it's gonna be good times or bad times.
Right.
She's going to
She
have
might
her
even
man.
leave May to get to him.
I know.
I don't know.
No, I see that.
You don't?
Well, I think that the plan is going to be short term because, as you said, if she can just get there long enough to be wed and bring him on back, then that's what she'll do. I think for David and Annie, we are going to, of course, continue to see their relationship implode with issues. I still want to know. I'm hoping, like I said, I do kind of hope that she's pregnant. But I'm hoping that somebody can find a job.
Wait, you
know
hope Annie's
what?
pregnant?
Yes, you
Yeah.
said that last episode.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. I mean,
Listen,
It's not right.
as much sex as she says she's having.
Listen,
She can barely eat.
No.
Okay, it may not
David
happen.
was coupon clipping
Right.
in this episode.
He had to explain it to her.
Clipping.
I'm fine.
This
I
is the
don't
one
know.
before at a
Ridiculous.
pawn shop. You cannot just.
Well,
I just want to know, like, are you even looking for for a job?
I don't think so. I think he gets
came out,
like
it was like
SSI or
Chris was
disability or
like,
something.
Chris promised me that he would. He doesn't. He's a grown man and you're a grown man. He's not your benefactor where he has to not only take care of you, but now you want him to take care of you and your new wife and your son.
Right. He's a big baby.
Get out of here. Go get a job.
Bye, David.
And his son. You guys, we hear about that whole thing that happened.
Yeah, we
yeah.
talked about it last
week.
week.
Okay.
Yeah, we reported that in news and gossip. So we did kind of go through that and wish him well, of course. So David has a lot going on, not unlike any of the other couples. Are there any last minute predictions before we go? Anybody else?
I think that George is going to be in for a rude awakening with Anfisa.
Yeah.
Anfisa.
I know, I cannot
Anfisa.
say her name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anfisa.
But that's
And I think that she really is going to try, but I think that she's going to realize that she can do better.
Yeah, he's another one like Nicole, just blind, not even willing to accept real life.
Right.
And so we'll see that he has trouble with that. I am looking forward to episode 3. I can't wait to see Nicole dress shopping. I want to see what she finds and how that conversation with Azan goes.
Oh my God.
But we'll definitely see. I mean, that's the show today, so we'll stick around. We'll come back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Shout out to everybody who is in the live chat. We got a lot of comments, so we'll bring those comments to the forefront next week and kind of lead with you guys. Until then, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Keith_Andre.
And I am Linda Antwi, and I love hearing from you guys. Keep sending me your tips. Keep sending me all the gossip, all the juice. We'll share it. You can find me everywhere on social media at Linda Is So Girly.
I'm Alex Bowers. You can find me on all social media at Hey Alex Bowers. I'm just ready to dive into this next episode.
Oh my gosh, there's so much.
Yes.
I'm Stacey Olivas. You guys can find me all over social media at Stacey Olivas. And thanks so much for watching.
Yes.
Thank
Hit
you
us up in the
guys.
comments. We want to hear from you.
Later.
Like, subscribe. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.